Hi, it's Susan Woodcock at Workroom Tech, and I want to show you how to sew a mitered corner into an inset banding. So this banding is going to be finished 2 inches, and I've cut the pieces 4 inches wide. And I just have a little short piece here just to show you the corner. So there's one piece I'm going to press with the cut edges folded over to the back, meeting in the middle of the back. And I'll do that on both pieces that will join together. I'm going to have a little steam here. You do want to use a fabric that can accept heat and steam. So this would not work well for a polyester that will shrivel up with heat, or with something like a velvet. You wouldn't be able to press it like this. So now that I have this, I'll press the other piece, and that'll give me 2 pieces to overlap like this. So I have 2 pieces where the backs are pressed over, and I'm going to line them up on the table to create a right angle. So I have this really great gridded table. And you could also mark your table with blue painter's tape. So I'm laying those pieces over. And you don't need that much out the side. You can just have a little bit. But it's easier to have a little bit of an overlap than to put these edges really, really, really close together like that. So I'm just going to overlap them 1 inch each. So plan for that when you're cutting so that you have a little bit of waste. So that's lined up straight on the table. The one that's on top, I'm going to fold over to create the mitered corner. And the goal is to have this corner perfectly even, and this bottom edge perfectly even, right at the point. So that looks good. I'm going to press that in to create a crease. Whoops, there we go. And you could just pin that and go to the sewing machine, but I'm going to add a little bit of glue. This is Rolly Fringe adhesive, but any fabric glue would work. You could also use an iron-on fusible tape if you wanted to, but it'd be a little fiddly getting all that in there. It's just easy to put a little bit of glue, and that is just going to hold that in place for sewing. We're not going to just leave the glue there. And then hit that with steam to set the glue. And you just want to press. You don't want to move the iron a lot, or you'll shove the corners over. Now that that is glued right under that edge, I can open up the banding to take it to the sewing machine. So I'm going to show you this kind of slow. I'm taking that back, opening, opening, flip over, open and open, and you'll be able to see the crease line from where it was pressed. The little bit of glue that I added is right along here, and this is the important angle for the right angle that we want to make sure stays nice and straight. So for sewing at the sewing machine, I'm going to sew right on this crease line, and that looks like this. And then you'll want to trim away the excess. So on the little corners, I'm going to trim that straight across because that gets folded to the inside. I'm trimming to about 1/4 inch. And you do want to use a small stitch length, and if you think it's necessary, you can back stitch at these little points and use a matching thread. I used a contrast thread so you could see that on camera. And then turn it right sides out. And those edges fold back under like that. And then you can press that. And press it from the front. And there is mitered banding pieces that you can apply to your drapery leading edge. If you had a Roman shade, you would do 2 of these, one on the opposite side and one on the front corner. You can also use these to inset on pillow fronts. So this is a mitered corner and an inset banding strip. Thanks for viewing.